This game called Fazbear Tycoon is a FNAF remake that I've always wanted to release. Not only me, but also 30,000 others. The game was launched on GameJolt back all the way in 2020 with plenty of snippets, screenshots, and hints of what the game will look like. Not only that, there's a whole game for the lore section of the game, but sadly, it was all canceled unexpectedly. 8 months ago, the team of developers posted on the GameJolt page that the main developer had unexpectedly left, leaving the project behind. On a random day, one of the developers goes on GameJolt and posts a devastating message, immediately starting the post saying the game is canceled. Reason being that the main dev Undead army just disappeared. Undead deleted their Discord account and completely cut ties with everybody working on the game. The devs won't leave the community without anything though, so they released a unfinished version of the demo that they were working on, the entire soundtrack that they were going to use for the game, and the story of the game will remain private however, for respect of the people who worked really hard on it, which I can respect. And that's all they left. Till this day, we still have no idea where the main developer is, but I just hope she's doing well. But let's go over what the game has to offer, starting first with the lore game, as it's what we have the most of. Fazbear Tycoon cares about the lore of this game so much, they literally dedicated a whole other game for the lore. Like, even the file of the game is called Find the Truth. According to the wiki, FESA means Fazbear Entertainment Security Archive. This program was an RNG for Fazbear Tycoon where fans can find lore on the game. The wiki says that FESA is seemingly a program created and used by Henry Emily with its purpose to record and archive any incidents, events, and sightings related to Fazbear Entertainment. Most of these documents require passwords to access, and some information has been purposely redacted as well in case of unauthorized users accessing this program. And you can find these passwords by the post the developer posted on the GameJolt page. This was something to keep the fans excited despite the long wait, considering this was released back in 2021 and would last all the way till late 2022 with the total of 20 files fans can go and find and get information on, which we'll be going through now. You boot up the game and immediately have to enter a password. The password that you first have to enter to access the computer is of course Henry's daughter's name, Charlotte, and this will unlock you the first file. This first file is just a FNAF 3 phone call talking about, well, you know, the new attraction and the new animatronic they called the Spring Trap. And as we've seen by the description, the whole point of this is to keep all the archives of the incident saved and documented. Now for the rest of the files, you're going to need to use the passwords that the developer gave us in order to unlock them. So let's speedrun this. The missing individuals file, password father, talks about 3 college filmmakers who went missing in Hurricane, Utah. They were doing an investigation on myths in the town, and one of them were called the Hair Man, which in one of the filmmakers' journals showing the interest of going into the sewers to film some sort of documentary for this Hair Man. The police launched an investigation to find these kids, but nothing was found until 6 weeks later, when a sewer worker found the hand of one of the students that went missing, and they concluded that all the students are dead. And in this file, Henry was talking, and he said that it knows it was William that did it because the Hair Man describes him perfectly, which, I mean, obviously he's a bunny. Future sighting, password eject, talks about a sighting of an animatronic made of trash and had a similar head to a bear. It even included a picture. How nice. Well, I hope we all know what they're talking about. It's obviously Molten Freddy, and I'm leading to believe this was after sister location because it said it was looking in garbages to look for metals to build itself, so it just makes sense. And also in the update it says that someone was actually attacked by the thing, so yep, it's dangerous. I mean, obviously it has knives for teeth. Fazbear Entertainment warehouse raid, password division. This file talks about a break-in in the warehouse in Nevada, but it wasn't any human. No, it was actually Ballora and Funtime Foxy that actually went in there looking for new bodies, and they got what they wanted. And if someone tried stopping them, they shocked them with upwards of 25,000 volts of electricity, and the staff that were inside of the warehouse were all reported dead. The bodies that were found were reported all burnt up and barely recognizable. And on the right we can see a picture of Funtime Foxy in his brand new body. At the end of the file, it also says that they had a cyber attack typing LOL on the camera system, which means Lolbit was helping Ballora and Funtime Foxy get their way. And we could prove this by looking at the bottom of the screen, Lolbit typing, "I was giving a friend a little helping hand." LEFTE Unit-002 testing logs. Password locked. This file talks about Lefty going out and capturing the puppet and having logs on the attempts the animatronics tried and failed until it was successful on the 3rd try. Fazbear Entertainment Superformer admitted to Physiatric Hospital. Password Shadow Bonnie's canon name. This file talks about a retired Superformer named Mark. Mark would perform in both suits of Spring Bonnie and Fredbear, and both suits were involved in an accident. He went to a Physiatric hospital and lived there for 5 years until dying to the haunting of Shadow Bonnie. Mark suffered from significant schizophrenia and psychosis, constantly repeating phrases like "I wore the suit," "I wore the skin of death," "Can't say his name," "I see him everywhere," and "No lights. If there are lights, there are shadows." Weird. New member of the band. Password Candy. This file talks about Fazbear Entertainment purchasing Candy's Burger and Fries for $20 million, saving the owner from his financial struggles. They stored all the animatronics in the warehouse in Nevada. The message. Password Guardian. This file talks about the failed attempt of burning the FNAF 6 location. Cloaked figure. Password 1280. This file just talks about the sighting of the Stitch Wraith. Fazbear Worldwide Initiative announcement. Password Eternal. This file talks about the new launch of Fazbear's Worldwide Initiative, which will allow people to rent old animatronics from past restaurants for entertainment like parties and such. But towards the end, Henry tells himself to make sure not to send any animatronic with the entity inside of one. The Laurel PD Slaughter. Password Flesher. This file talks about Molten Freddy using the skin of a policeman and going out killing 4 different police officers, literally leaving them like barely recognizable. Like the way they left their bodies are so bad I cannot say because I'll get demonetized. But there was one survivor, Simon. The police did end up getting him arrested and sent to a mental hospital, which he died inside of, but he was severely injured from that. He tried to explain what happened, but nobody believed him and called him insane. Gateway to old wounds. Password Suffer in all caps. This talks about how William's house just been swallowed by a burning bottomless hole, literally swollen out of nowhere. Everything inside was burnt and swallowed. Workers for Fazbear Entertainment have reported screaming coming from the hole, so we can assume that the hole is maybe the pathway to hell. Yeah. Her debut. Password Forgotten. This file talks about the failure of Dee Dee's debut, how the children were terrified of the humanized animatronic and was left traumatized. In the audio, it shows dialogue of Dee Dee performing, and then the second one shows William and Henry burning Dee Dee and burying the animatronic after. Lefty 2.0. Password Purpose. This file shows blueprints of Lefty V2, which has an extension mode, making the thing 7'5". Why do you need an animatronic that huge? Are you trying to make the next generational NBA player? Extra revenue project. Password Mediocre. This file talks about the Fazbear struggle to make money, so they're starting up a new project which will have the mediocre melodies as the face of it. Animatronic Performance Incident 534. Password Print. This file talks about how a Freddy unit mistaked an employee for a criminal because someone installed the wrong criminal detection software, so it bugged out and launched at the employee that was trying to fix it. Circus Babies Pizza World Malicious Unit Archive. Password Weirdo. This talks about some animatronics that William has built. These are just spare animatronics, but they're all from the sister location. Giant mechanical monster wandering the courtside. Password Hell. This file talks about a creature that supposedly came out the bottomless hole. I'm getting this from the wiki page. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but well, who cares. Animatronic Salvage Incident 337. Password Dinner Time. This file talks about an incident that happened on an old Chica model that bit down on a mechanic trying to fix his jaw. The Chica was then shut down forever. Now finally, the last file, Yellow Bear Sighting. Password Haunting. This file talks about, well, sightings of a yellow bear from the customers, staff, everyone. But to put it into perspective, in Fazbear Tycoon, Golden Freddy is huge. Bro's at least 15 foot tall. There's no way he's anything under. But that's all the files Henry left himself. I'm pretty sure the FESA was supposed to keep going, but since it got canceled, this is all we got. It just looks like it sucks to live in Hurricane, Utah and somewhere in Nevada. I'm pretty sure it sucks to live there anyways, even without these problems. But I like this way of telling lore. It's really interesting and keeps the fans intrigued. But now, after we got all of that away, finally, it's time for the game. First, to understand the game, we must get an idea of it. Fazbear Tycoon was supposed to be like a combination of a Roblox Tycoon and FNAF 6. You go around buying things for your restaurant, new animatronics, new things on the menu, attractions, and even employing your own employees. But then it turns into the classic office FNAF game, fighting off all the animatronics that you've bought, similar to FNAF 6. A really great idea for a FNAF fan game. A really big project for one too. That's why it's really sad to see it get canceled. Although we did get a demo for it, it isn't anything like I just described. It's more of a UCN fan game than anything. You open the game and boom, you're surprised with a full page of animatronics. Well, mostly unfinished animatronics. But wait, that's not it. Because if you click on next page, you get another set of animatronics. This one's more unfinished. There's like 15 instead of an entire page. But there's some animatronics that are actually finished here. In the first page, there's a total of 56 animatronics, which is already more than UCN. And on the next page, we're supposed to be another 56 of them, which goddamn, bruh. But I mess with that though. In the main game, we would have a lot of options for animatronics, even having animatronics from other FNAF fan games, which is amazing. Now that you've chosen your favorite animatronic that you want to suffer to, you begin the night and you get into the office that you'll be in for the night. And to be honest, I literally have no clue, no idea what any of these things do. First, in the office, we have 3 different places we can look at. One with the shocker, one with some monitors that have some options that you're able to use. Then on the side have a camera of the vents, which I have no idea what it's for. Then the one in the middle is just a big hallway. Now that we went over the office, if you press S, you'll pull up the camera with even more mechanics, which makes it a lot worse. So much to go over, Jesus Christ. There's a control shock, lore, play music, and wind music. But oh, don't worry, there's more. There's not only one camera section, but 2 camera sections. It's okay though. It's okay. Now that we went over the gameplay section, we could go take a look at the challenge of the game, and holy sh! There's a whole lot of empty space. And if you count them all, there's a total of 126 challenges that they were going to do. I don't even know how you can come up with that much challenges. But enough yapping. I want to at least attempt beating some of these animatronics, which I actually did online. Let's get it done. Let's go. Let's just do FNAF 1. I still have no idea how to use the flashlight. I have no idea how to use the flashlight. There's Chica. Pull up the... Oh! Wait, what do I do for Chica again? Oh, I'm dead. How do I use my flashlight? Bonnie! Oh, I'm dead. I don't know what to do. What was that?
It's coming from a mile away.
Oh, this game sucks.
Wow, this is garbage.
Yeah, the demo is just unplayable. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. I promise next week will be the Together Again video. I just want to make sure the video is perfect. But for now, watch this video where I go over FNAF fan games I'm most excited to release.